Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Great Plains ACAC Virtual College Fair powered by StriveScan. My name is Sibel. I'll be your facilitator for this evening's session. Thank you so much for being here. We have some absolutely amazing schools to tell you a little bit about themselves. Remember, though, tonight is only about 45 minutes and it is an appetizer. So they will only have a few minutes to tell you a little bit about themselves, but there's so much more to know. So make sure that you're taking some notes and checking out websites, visiting these campuses, and asking those awesome questions. Before we get started with our first school, I did want to remind us about some housekeeping items here for this virtual college fair. First and foremost, you are muted and your video is turned off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And you're probably wondering, well, how in the world do I ask those questions then? And your important questions are really important to us. So make sure you ask them by using the Zoom toolbar. There is a Q&A button that you'll go ahead and click on, and then you can type in your questions to the presenters at any time. I stress, at any time. We do not have a live Q&A happening at the end with your questions. So it's extremely important that you take the time that we have allotted here for this virtual college fair and ask those questions to the presenters throughout the entire fair. Also, do us a favor. It'd be awesome if you could put the school's name within the question so we all know who the question goes to. It'll be a lot easier to know who the question is for. Also, check out our website for any more sessions. I believe this is the last session that is happening for this evening's Great Plains ACAC, but you're more than welcome to check out the StriveScan website for any more college fairs near you. And last but not least, maybe a friend wants to check out these schools too, or maybe mom missed out on tonight. Or maybe you just want to relive the fun. Well, you can do so because a recording will be available. All sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/GPACAC. Without further ado, I would love to get started. Our first institution up for this evening's session is going to be Oklahoma State University.
Go. All right, future Cowboys and Cowgirls. My name is Dylan Walker, and I'm a senior admissions counselor at Oklahoma State University. And I just want to thank each of you for joining this virtual college fair this evening. I've got 6 minutes with you guys, so we're going to go through some things pretty quickly. But if you have any questions, please use that chat function because I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. So each of you has an admissions counselor just like me to help you through your entire process from start to finish, from how do I apply to how do I enroll in courses and things like that. So to find your admissions counselor, please use the website that you see on the screen in front of you, then use the interactive map of the US, find the state that you're in, and then use the drop-down menu at the top to find the high school that you attend so that you can find out who your admissions counselor is. Make sure to use the contact information that you see for them because it does have their email, their cell phone number on there and all that good stuff. So you can email and text them to set up an appointment or a time to speak with them, or even just shoot them a question really quick. So how do you join the Cowboy family? Our application process is very simple. We do have our own application at OSU, so we're not on the Common App or Apply Texas or any of those generic application services. So to apply at OSU, just visit the website that you see right there. The great thing about our application is that it doubles as your scholarship application and your admission application. So as long as you see, as long as you complete everything in front of you, you're completing everything for admission and scholarship purposes. So we need a $40 application fee after the application itself, your official transcripts, your test scores if you choose to submit them, but we are test optional this year, your essays, and the leadership and involvement resume. The essays and the leadership and involvement resume are located in the application portal on your checklist after you submit the application. So after you've submitted everything, how do you get admitted to OSU? Well, we have several different ways. And starting with the left-hand side there, our comprehensive review process takes a look at everything that you submit to the university, from your GPA to your test scores to also those essays and the resume that I mentioned previously. So we're looking at you as a complete person to admit you holistically. Now, for my students that meet the criteria on the right-hand side, that's our assured admissions criteria. You can be admitted to OSU by meeting one of those 3 bullet points. Like I said, all you have to meet is one of those 3 bullet points, and you are automatically admissible to OSU. Congratulations, pistols firing. It's a great day. Welcome to the Cowboy family. But keep in mind that if you do not meet one of those 3 bullet points, you will automatically go through the comprehensive review process that you see on the left side. Now, for my students that are saying, hey, I don't want to turn in my test scores, we totally understand that. We hear you. So we did create a test optional admissions option on your application. If you do decide to go with our test optional admissions options, please select that in that question on the application so that way we can move forward without requiring your ACT or your SAT scores. If at any time later you decide you want to upload those, just let us know and we can switch that and we can use that information for you later. Right now, the most important thing for us is our scholarship deadline, which is on Monday. So our very first scholarship deadline is November 1st, and we have a lot of different options for students. Currently, we're already distributing some of our University Assured scholarships, so some of those are going out. And those scholarships are scholarships that are based off of your merit, so your GPA and your test score. So keep in mind that those are automatic qualifiers and non-competitive. The other two categories are partnered scholarships, which are scholarships we don't set the criteria for, but we do distribute the money for, are a little different. So think of National Merit, Oklahoma State Regents, those bigger awards. And then the next one is competitive awards. Now, it's true, they are competitive, but you're only competing against freshmen within your college and or your major. So keep in mind, you got a good shot as long as you submit those essays and the resume that we were talking about previously. So when do you need to do all this by? Well, for the seniors in the room, your application is already open. But for any juniors that joined us or any other underclassmen, your application will open up July 1st, right before your senior year starts. The FAFSA opened on October 1, so I encourage everyone to fill out the free application for federal student aid. Like I previously mentioned, our scholarship deadline is November 1, or scholarship deadline number 1 at least is November 1, and that is our largest scholarship deadline. So I do encourage everyone to try to get everything in by November 1st. December 1 is when the enrollment deposit opens and some of our financial aid notifications begin to go out. And then on February 1st is our secondary scholarship deadline when the housing application opens and when you can begin registering for orientation, which is when you enroll in your courses. We would love to see all of you guys on campus visiting Stillwater and in America's Brightest Orange. This week is a great time because it's actually homecoming week and OSU is known for America's greatest homecoming celebration. So come up to Stillwater and see us. If you want, we do have some Saturday campus tour options, which I've listed up there. But if you want to come check us out Monday through Friday, we do have tours Monday through Friday in the morning at 9:30 a.m. and then an additional tour option at 1:30 p.m. on Fridays as well. We also have several events, so check with our events and tours page or your admissions counselor to find out when the events are on campus. That way you can come and check out OSU. I appreciate all of you guys for listening to me talk. I know I went through everything very quickly. So if you have questions about OSU, please use that chat function because I'm happy to talk to you guys about OSU and help you join that Cowboy family. We look forward to seeing you on campus for your first year. And as always, go Pokes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Oklahoma State University, please put it in the Q&A. All right, next up, we have Penn State University.
Second, got unmute. Okay, sorry, just trying to get there. All right, so hi everybody, my name is Christine Schmidbauer. I am your contact for all things Penn State admission. So I will be your go-to if you have questions about the application, about any of our programs that we offer. Happy to help in any way necessary. So let's just jump into Penn State. We are a large Research One institution located in Pennsylvania. And by in Pennsylvania, I really mean that we are located throughout Pennsylvania. By this, you can see that we are a 20 campus system. University Park is our main campus. It's our largest campus with about 40 to 46,000 students. It is located in a very small college town, so it's actually pretty similar to the experience that Stillwater has, just in a completely different state. So that is a very similar trend with a lot of the larger, big-spirited state schools, small town, big school. So the nice thing about the campus system is that it's one application for all 20 different campuses. So you'll put your first choice campus and your second choice campus. We will always fully review you for your first choice campus. And then if it turns out that we can't admit you, then we'll review you for your second choice campus. So it is important to do a little bit of research into which other campus you might be interested in, since that could be the campus that you end up getting admission at. So just encourage you to do a little bit of research. There's also some other benefits that come with the smaller campuses, one of the main ones being cost. But they all participate in something called the 2+2 program. So you're able to do your first 2 years at any of these campuses before transitioning to University Park to complete the core requirements of your degree. But all together, Across all 20 campuses, we do offer just under 300 academic programs to choose from. So this is all broken up into 12 different academic colleges. For the most part, Penn State is known as a STEM school, so our engineering and science programs are going to be our strongest, but business is actually the most competitive college that we offer. But we also have great programs in education, communication, liberal arts, agricultural sciences, really spans the entire array of curriculum at Penn State. For admission purposes, you only need to choose one program. So if you're interested in double majoring or picking up a minor, that will happen down the road. If you need help trying to figure out what major you should apply to, or if you should come in undecided, that's definitely a question that's worth an email. We also understand that a lot of learning and development happens outside of the classroom. So we do offer just over 1,200 clubs and activities for students to get involved in. These are broken up into 4 different groups. So you're going to have club and intramural sports. Even though we do compete at the D1 level, club and intramural is a really easy way to stay connected to a sport that you've played throughout high school. And then we also have professional development groups, philanthropic and community-based orgs, and then lastly, special interest groups. Special interest groups are probably what you're most familiar with from high school, with things like Harry Potter Club, Board Game Club, Speech and Debate, Mock Trial. But these are also where all of the cultural organizations are housed. So if there's a part of your identity that you're looking to explore a little bit more while at Penn State, then that would definitely be a place to find your home. No matter what you choose, these are all great ways to start building your community at Penn State. So let's talk about next steps. So we do accept an online application one of 3 ways. It's going to be Common App, Coalition App, or My Penn State. If you do Common App or Coalition, you will still have to make a My Penn State profile to complete the self-reported academic record. This is in place of your official high school transcript. So we don't actually need a transcript until you graduate from high school. So our admission review really comes down to that self-reported academic record. The next piece you have to consider, besides just what platform you're going to use, is whether or not to report your test scores. We are currently test optional, so it's completely up to you if you want to report your scores and whether or not you even want to take the exams. And then once all is said and done, you can use the My Penn State profile to track your application to see if you're missing any materials. And it's also the first place that you will see an admission decision. So before you receive anything in the mail, that will all be through the My Penn State profile. This is our middle 50% data from last year. So just to give you an idea of the average students that we tend to accept, right off the bat, you can see that the Commonwealth campuses are a little bit less competitive than University Park. So if you're right at that 3.5 or below that 3.5 scale, then we just encourage you to be flexible with starting at a Commonwealth campus, but also take into consideration that this could change based on which program you're interested in. So business and engineering, they're definitely going to be on the higher end, but communications, education, or earth and mineral sciences might not be as academically rigorous. And then the other thing with SAT and ACT, again, if you're on that lower end or outside of that on the lower end, that's where we encourage students to apply test optional. The other way you can give yourself your application a little boost is by applying early action. Early action is non-binding, so you're not committed to Penn State if you get in. It's just a chance to put your best foot forward. And then the other piece to keep in mind, as was shared earlier, the FAFSA did open on October 1st. So the sooner you can fill that out, the better. That is the main tool that we will use to review you for any type of merit or need-based financial aid. Then we also have applications through the academic colleges specifically for financial aid. And then we also have honors, the Schreier Honors College and other honors programs for aid. So that's all I have to share. My contact info is on the screen. So if you have any questions about Penn State, feel free to reach out or just contact the general admissions email.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Penn State, go ahead and please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design. Hey, Juliet, I think you are on mute.
Hey, all right. Hi, everyone. My name is Juliet, and I'm an admissions outreach counselor lead for RunCAD. I'll have some QR codes to scan, so have your smartphone ready if you might be a future artist or designer and interested in the only art college in Colorado, just up the street from you guys. So if you're artistically inclined, an education at Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design will help bring your creativity to life. REMCAD is the premier art and design college located just outside of downtown Denver, and we go by REMCAD for short. Creative minds take root here for the relentless student support, innovation in both teaching and mentoring. And if you read the list there, those are REMCAD's disciplines to earn a Bachelor's of Fine Art degree. One of the accrediting bodies that hold us to a high degree of accountability and standards of academic excellence is the National Associations of School of Art and Design, or also known as NASAD. Are you a storyteller? Because a lot of storytelling goes on around here, both virtually, like in game art design, but also in real world applications, such as in interior design. You'll be seeing examples of student work throughout my presentation. Please enjoy. So if you are interested and you do love to share stories, you can share your story with us during an admissions interview, and we'll tell you more about the REMCAD programs that interest you. You'll also learn more about your housing options, our small class sizes, and financial services will be introduced during the admissions interview. If it's a good fit, details of portfolio submission and other requirements are explained. Because REMCAD does require a portfolio for admissions. It should be filled with your own original artwork, but don't put too much pressure on yourself. This is a way for us to get to know you better. If you feel like you might have some concern about putting together a portfolio, I'm hosting a workshop on December 8th. You may scan this QR code now. That will bring you to a registration link, and you'll get a reminder before that because I know that's a little far out. Now, the following are some resources and clubs with career and alumni services. With career and alumni services, students and alumni have access of job board, which includes internships, professional development workshops, videos, and career advising, all geared towards assisting the individual find the job of their dreams. Furthermore, REMCAD Renew program allows alumni to take classes in their degree at no cost, and that's to keep up with the changes in the creative industries. As Octavia Butler says, the only everlasting truth is change, and artistic careers are no exception. If you take a look at the closer look at some of the resources, the Learning Commons is a hub of academic support. If you run low on food or need an art supply, the Mine has your back. Student services are experts taking the stress out of scheduling and payments, and our online learning management system provides classrooms right at your fingertips. TechBar is there for your technology support needs, and Spectrum, you can find art supplies, branded sweatshirts, and software login information. A complimentary subscription to Adobe Creative Cloud and other industry standard digital tools will be provided. And let's not leave out that you will get a remcad.edu email for your life, and that would include, that would get you provided some discounts for your lifetime. The integral values of DEI guide REMCAD's academic and institutional development. We're serving as our mission to prepare learners to be forces of change in their industries, communities, in the world. DEI is also host a club and an online toolkit for the community. Diversity has a range at our school as it goes more further than skin tone. It's the diversity of all the different artists and designers that attend our college. And let's be real, you may encounter challenges that affect your academic and personal progress through your time in college. So counseling services are available to all of our students. They're confidential, personalized, and free. And SAS is working towards accommodating all learners equal access and participation. If you want to talk about some tuition cost is very competitive with other NASAD colleges. We are about $22K per year, depending on the modality, online or on campus. And some scholarships can be found online at remcad.edu. Now, you'll note that there's no application deadline to apply. However, some of these scholarships, the deadline is in January. So you'd want to start the application process now, get that admissions interview going. And you can bring to us external scholarships as well, and we will consider, or we will also provide 529 or VA benefits and financial aid to those who qualify. All of the information needed to go with that. I'm just one person. Please join us for an open house. You can meet our wonderful, talented faculty who are the teachers and who would be your mentors in the classes during the open house on December 9th. And you can absolutely scan the next QR code getting going to request information. If you don't want to wait till December 9th, you can come in for a campus tour any day, Monday through Friday. We have 3 campus tours that are hosted during different times. So whatever works with your schedule, and would love to get in touch with you more. So please go ahead and capture a photograph of this screen as well. My email is listed, as well as some other information. And I thank you all very much for your attention. I hope you keep your art hearts beating strong. REMCAT is here for you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design, go ahead and please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have Northwest Missouri State University.
Hi, everybody. How's your day going? Well, you can't hear me. So I'm going to tell you all about Northwest Missouri State University. Getting started, we are in Maryville, Missouri, which is about 2 hours from Kansas City, Omaha, and Des Moines. So right in the middle of everywhere. Our campus aerial view takes about 10 minutes to walk from top to bottom. So it is accessible for all students to really custom fit that education, whether you want majors and minors across all parts of campus. About 2/3 of our students are in-state and 1/3 out of state. Average class size of around 28, 7,000 students total. Again, we are a Division II university, so I think it's that perfect size to spread your wings a little bit and get away from high school, but also feel nice and at home and supported on your college campus. One of our biggest bragging points is our wonderful placement rate. We actually have a 96% placement rate for our graduates at Northwest Missouri State, with some of our programs being 100%. So you know when you're coming to Northwest, you're getting a quality education and you're really ready to enter the workforce. That's through our profession-based learning experiences detailed below. We're actually home to the #1 lab school in the world. So if you're wanting to study education, Northwest is the best place for you. In addition to that, we have over 120 different majors and minors, ranging in everything from agriculture to pre-engineering and all the way down to zoological studies. So it's pretty great. We have a freshman retention rate of over 75%, but I think what makes it really special and brings you on campus is joining a club or an organization. That actually causes your freshman retention rate to jump up to 93%. So join one of our over 150 clubs on campus and you will find your home, and you'll find your people. In addition to that, we have some top-notch facilities right here on campus to stay fit. You won't have to worry about paying a membership fee or gym fees or finding the best place for you. It's all included for our Bearcats. Speaking of Bearcats, you've probably heard of us. We are the current men's basketball national champions, and we have won the football national championship over 6 times. It is a great time to be a Bearcat, and actually every single one of our students is more than welcome at a sporting event. We don't charge admission for our students, so you really can be part of that Bearcat spirit at absolutely no cost to you. In addition to that, we include admission to guest speakers, musical, and theater performances right here on campus. Our campus is the Missouri State Arboretum, so it is absolutely stunning. Not only is it visually green, but we also win economic ingenuity awards every single year for our innovations to be green and sustainable. I love being part of a campus that really gives back and is aware of the world around us and doing all we can to help it. Living and eating on campus are really important. We really make sure it's all inclusive, so you're not going to be hit with all those surprise fees. Head over to our Res Life website to get a more in-depth look at all of our residence halls. In addition to that, we also have living and learning communities where you can live with students in your major or even esports. So we have a new esports living and learning center where you can be with your teammates literally all the time. We are the #1 school in the state of Missouri for getting a job post-graduation. That is key. You want to make sure this is a great investment because it really is your future that you're betting on. We're also test optional for not only admission, but scholarships as well. In addition to that, we are a super score university. So it's kind of on the exact flip side. If you're able to take the ACT multiple times or the SAT, get those scores up and we want to award you the best scholarship package we can. I'll flip through our automatic scholarships real quick. Please go to our financial aid website for more information. As you're making those big plans, remember, we actually include textbooks and laptop in your tuition. So those are not costs you're going to have to worry about on the flip side. Here's our Bearcat checklist. Feel free to screenshot this or go to our admissions website for more information. Tick by tick, it tells you all about the important steps getting ready to be a successful Bearcat. Next, now you've heard all about Northwest, or as much as you can in a few minutes. What comes after your Northwest career is your full-time career. This is a few places where some of our graduates work. This is definitely not all-encompassing. The sky really is the limit. The best way to get to know our campus is by either taking a virtual tour listed below or an on-campus tour. We have them every day of the week and they're completely free. So come up to our campus. We'd love to show you around. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Northwest Missouri State University, please put it in the Q&A. All right. Next up, we have Midwestern State University.
Hello, I am Christy Glazner and I serve as an admissions counselor for Midwestern State University. As I go through the slides, there's some QR codes and you're welcome to scan those to look up more information on our website. The first slide that I have is, let's see here, is for admission counselors. So that's an important thing to connect with your admissions counselor so that you have someone to contact if you have any questions. So that QR code will actually take you to the admissions counselor for your area. Midwestern State University is a 4-year public university located in Wichita Falls, Texas, and we're about 2 hours south of Oklahoma City and about 2 hours north of the DFW Metroplex. We have about 6,000 students on campus, students from 44 different states and 54 different countries. Our student to faculty ratio is 18:1, which is something that the students value at MSU. Our university is surrounded by about 255 acres. We have residential neighborhoods, city amenities, restaurants, movie theaters, a mall, and other retail stores in the area. Outside of class, there are a lot of things to do on campus. We have 14 different fraternities and sororities, over 100 clubs and organization, and Division II athletics. We also have many events that are hosted each year. Our Carib Fest, it celebrates diversity at MSU, and also we have Homecoming Week activities, which is our annual cardboard race, and then we also have a bonfire. MSU provides a wonderful college living experience on campus. We have several different options that include 2 on-campus apartments, as well as 3 traditional residence halls and 1 living learning community. So you can live in the same hallway or dorm area as someone else that's studying the same course of study as you do. Most freshmen are required to live on campus unless you live within a 60-mile radius of the MSU campus. And we have over 70 different undergraduate programs. Our 4 largest academic areas are health sciences, education, mathematics, science, business, as well. Some of our most well-known programs in health sciences are nursing, radiology, respiratory care, dental hygiene, athletic training, and exercise physiology. We also have many pre-professional programs, pre-vet, pre-med as well, with our science majors and health science majors. We offer study abroad opportunities in England, Spain, France, Central America, and Grenada. We have a red wine honors program that offers $4,000 to $7,000 in scholarships. We also have a Pretty Scholarship program. Those also require essays and interviews for all those scholarship programs. We have a rolling admissions process. So once you turn in your application, we will render an admissions decision usually within 2 or 3 weeks of completing your application and submitting all your documents. Our priority deadline is March 1st. We do have merit-based scholarships, but you must be accepted by March 1st. Students who are in the top 25% of their class or have an unweighted 3.0 GPA will have automatic admission. MSU is test optional for ACT and SAT scores for fall of 2022. However, you can submit your scores by April 1st to be considered for merit scholarships. MSU prides itself on being affordable for students. Our estimated cost per semester is about $10,500 if you're taking at least 15 hours. And we do allow you to lock in your tuition rate to keep your cost from increasing. We have a variety of scholarships. We even have donor scholarships available as well. Merit-based scholarships at the top or automatic scholarships we offer as long as you have been accepted and with your highest test scores on file as of April 1st. We do accept Raise Me scholarships as well, which allows high school students to earn scholarship money with us from freshman to senior year. MSU does offer tours Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and at 11 a.m. on Saturdays, one Saturday a month. Pre-registration is required. We do have Mustangs Rally coming up. The first one is October 30th. These are like preview days. The next is March 5th. We'd love to have you visit our campus. And if you can't visit, we do have virtual tours available. And thank you so much for being with us this evening and hope to see you on campus at MSU soon. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Midwestern State University, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have Murray State College.
Good evening, y'all. My name is Katie Carroll, and I am the recruitment coordinator for Murray State College. Thanks for joining. I'm so excited to talk to y'all. So Murray State College is a 2-3 year community college located in Tishomingo, Oklahoma. We are in the southeastern region of the state, about 2.5 hours south of Oklahoma City, about 20 minutes from North Texas. So good location. Even though we are a community college, we have several awesome programs to offer to students. We have several of the more basic associate 2-year degrees. You can come, save some money, and then head off to a 4-year university and specialize in something a little bit more specific, get your bachelor's, your master's. We have degrees from criminal justice, computer science, as well as a pre-med degree and a pre-vet degree. Some of our 2-year applied science degrees is a 2-year RN program. We have a veterinary nursing program. We have occupational therapy and a physical therapy assistant program. We also have a gunsmithing school and a manufacturing technology class. The gunsmithing program is awesome. They're all awesome, but the gunsmithing is one of my favorite ones to talk about because it's so unique and it brings a lot of different diversity and aspects of places all over culture to Tishomingo, Oklahoma. There are only 6 gunsmithing schools in the nation. 4 of the 6 are accredited by the NRA. We are one of the 4, and we also offer a 3rd-year custom gun making program. So that is something that students apply and then get accepted into. They only accept 30 students every fall. If you want more information on that or that interests you like 1%, you should definitely come check it out because I could talk about it all night long. And until you see the facility, it's hard to picture what you really do in gunsmithing school. And everything that you make while in the program is yours to keep. So that's something else I like to mention. It is a little bit more than our basic cost of tuition and fees in school just because you have to buy tools and equipment, but everything you buy while in the program is yours to keep. So speaking of cost, we are roughly $7,500 a semester, and that is with room and board and a meal plan, which you do not have to live on campus at any time. And that also has an estimated cost of books. We have tons of scholarships available to all of you students. Last year, we gave out, I believe, just a little under $2 million in scholarships. So there's a bunch out there. Scholarships, financial aid, all of that, Oklahoma's Promise. So definitely fill out a scholarship application. The first step that you would want to do is apply to Murray State, which you can do 100% online. Super easy. Application is open now. There is a $10 fee that you'll want to pay when you submit your application, and you will submit a ACT, SAT score if you have it, a immunization record, as well as your high school transcript. We are test optional though, so if you don't have those scores, it is not a problem at all. Definitely reach out to us. And we also offer the AccuPlace replacement test to get to kind of see your scores and reading and math, that sort of thing. So really affordable, tons of scholarships. The portal to fill out the scholarships is open now. So as soon as you get accepted, you'll get sent a student email, and then you can fill out that scholarship portal. Oh, I went dark. So you'll fill out that scholarship portal, and the priority scholarship deadline is in February. So sooner the better. And we have tons of athletics. We have baseball, basketball, soccer, softball, golf, esports. We have a rodeo team back this year, and we are so excited about that. That is our mascot, Aggie, over here in the corner too. We do campus tours. And the last thing that I will mention is we have junior senior preview day coming up 2 weeks from yesterday on November 10th. It's free, lunch is provided. It's an opportunity to tour campus, meet faculty, meet the different program areas. And like I said, it's free, and you can register for that online, and you can do that up until next Friday. If you want more information on that, please reach out to me. Please get with me. I would love to even show you around campus virtually or answer any more questions, more one-on-one. So thanks so much for your time, and y'all have a wonderful night.
Awesome. Thank you. If you have any questions for Murray State College, please put it in the Q&A. All right, everybody, I'd love for you to join me via video. If everyone can come on back, I do have a question for everybody. Can everyone see my screen? Nice. Technology is working. I love it. All right. So I have a question, since you all are the experts in this process, and I'm sure a lot of our attendees are wondering too. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we're just going to go in presentation order. So Oklahoma State University, you are first.
Great. So my advice for someone going through the college search process would be to visit all of the schools that you're interested in, because you want to find that place that feels like home. You're going to be there for 4 years and studying something that you're passionate about, that's going to set off your career and your future. And you want to make sure that you're happy there. So my advice is go visit all the places that you're interested in, find that place that feels like home to you, and then apply. Check all the deadlines, work with your admissions counselor, because they are a great resource for you. So make sure to do all of that. But like I said, find that place that feels like home to you and go from there.
Awesome. Penn State University.
My advice is to just ask for clarification whenever someone says something you don't know what it means. And by that, I mean, we throw around terms like FAFSA or early action or early decision, and we're pretty familiar with it because we're in this world 24/7. So if there's ever anything that you have no idea what it means, stop us, ask us to clarify. We are happy to reiterate something or explain it in a different way. Just because we're so used to it, and we know that there's a lot to process throughout this whole journey. So please just at any point ask a question.
Thank you. Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design.
Yeah, my colleagues said some great answers there. I definitely think that taking a tour of all the college campuses that you're interested in is very important and can be very revealing for you. And sometimes admissions counselors do say some lingo that may not be initially very well understood. In the case of an art and design college like REMCAD, it's a really good idea to research the faculty that you'll be training under, because as I mentioned in my presentation, they are your mentors. And so their professional artistic experience out in the world is going to be brought into the classroom, and that's going to be very highly beneficial for you. On REMCAD's website, we have our faculty listed, and so you could check them out. And I would also suggest checking out their personal Instagram accounts to see what type of artwork they practice in the world and how they're making a difference in our world. So faculty are part of your investment. So check out the chairs of your program at these other institutions as well. And, you know, the chairs of the program basically write the entire program. And so those people, you know, have eyes on everything. And so it's a good idea to kind of align with what they're doing and want to be more like them.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Northwest Missouri State.
Hey guys, the biggest piece of advice I would give is to keep your options open in terms of a degree program and make sure you go to a school that has a lot to offer. If I had to stick with the decision I made when I was 18 on what I would have studied through all of college, I would not be doing what I'm doing now. And that is the same for just about every other college student out there. So keep your eyes really open when you're taking those core classes in your first year or two, and don't be afraid to transfer if you need to, or make sure you're doing what fits you best. I know a personal story is my sister took a geology class. It was her last core class. She put it off to the last second and she fell in love, changed her major, and now she's a diamond grader. And she was dreading geology. She hated rocks. But fell in love with that class and that program. So you never know what you're going to experience. So keep your horizons open and go to a school that offers a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. Midwestern State.
My advice would be to apply early. There's some scholarships that are available just by an early application. Search for scholarships too, ask questions. Connect with your admission counselor at the universities. We're there to help answer questions about our universities and what we offer. And again, as everyone else has stated, try to visit, even if you take just an initial virtual tour, see if it might be interesting to visit in person. So again, thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you. Thank you. And Murray State.
Yeah, so such great answers have been said, and I think all of those are awesome. Mine, hands down, what I always tell students is to visit and meet with every single college that you can, because us as recruiters, admissions counselors, you know, we can talk about all the great things that all of our colleges offer, but until you step foot on that campus and picture yourself there, eating in the cafeteria, living in the dorms, talking to a professor, it's so hard to actually picture yourself. So yeah, even if you think, no, there's no way I'll ever leave my hometown or my home state, and yeah, there's virtual options out there, so check everybody out. It's so worth it. There's so many hidden gems.
Awesome. Thank you so much. See, you heard it from the experts, everybody. Their advice for someone going through the college admissions process, right? So I just want to thank everybody, thank my panelists and presenters so much for being here and sharing your expertise and some amazing facts about your schools. Attendees, remember, this is just an appetizer, but nonetheless, thank you for being here too. Do your due diligence after this, check out these awesome schools, reach out to these representatives and ask all the questions. Couple things before you head out. After you close this window, a very quick, I mean, literally the words are on the screen, very quick 5-question survey will appear. So give us some quick feedback. We definitely appreciate it. Check out the website for more sessions. I think this is the last session for this evening. And if you want to relive the fun, check out the recording that will be available at strivescan.com/GPACAC. With that said, you all, thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a great night. Bye, everybody.